What is the theme of your current series?
The theme, actually, is a very interesting word, chagrin. Now, chagrin is the annoyance or distress, really, of having failed or having been humiliated. It's a word that's used around vexation, irritation, annoyance, anger, pique. Chagrin to me sums up actually my emotions when I think about what's going on in the world.
What inspired you to choose the theme for the pieces you've been doing, and how is it relevant to your life?
Well, it's interesting because what actually inspired me is being criticised. The work I was doing before was variations on a theme. It involved pixelation, working with grids and squares, looking at sort of natural themes. The colours were working in harmonies. And I'd found this formula and it seemed to be really working. And one of the buyers said to me, actually, your work is quite formulaic, you know. And that kind of jarred. And I think you need to learn when something jars you because it's hit a raw nerve. And I started to ask myself, well, am I producing paintings that will look pretty on people's walls and sit in harmony with their home spaces or their bars or whatever? Or do I need to start to produce work that is really coming from within, some kind of emotional response to what's going on around me? And so yeah, that's kind of why it's taken the direction it has.
In what way have you expressed this idea you want the viewer to see in your work?
Well, I'm kind of working on quite small canvases, and I'm working in oils, and it takes a while for oils to dry, so I'm sort of working in layers. And the way I'm starting is quite utopian, really, these very calm backgrounds with colours grading in a very fluid way. And then once that's dried, and it takes a while to dry, that's when the chagrin comes in and the dystopia, if you like. And for that, I'm kind of lining up oils in a row and just streaking them across the canvas and stabbing at the canvas with shapes, circles, ellipses, holes. There's quite a few holes in the work. These prods and scrapes and smears, and quite often in colours that don't really go with what's happening in the background. And so there's some kind of dystopia happening, some kind of alien landscape being created, and that is because what's happening around me or around us is quite alien. It's something that we're not used to. We don't really have a language for it, and the unpredictable is happening all the time.
Throughout the series, how has your techniques and resources varied from your previous collections?
Well, I was working with acrylics, and I've moved over into working with oils. The technique, as I mentioned, involves lots of fast movement, and what I'm really enjoying actually is the fact that it's very unpredictable. From one painting to the next, I really don't know what's going to happen, and that's really exciting. So yeah, that's how I'd answer that question.
Finally, what exhibitions or collections are you planning to do next?
Well, the Chagrin series is for the Dulwich Open House, and that's an interesting little festival. I've done it a few times, and you get people who are interested in art visiting, and you get your first response. So that's that will help me perhaps hopefully build some confidence with what I'm doing. But then ideally, what I would like to do is take the techniques that I'm developing and take them to a much larger canvas. There is no doubt that when you walk into a white gallery and there is a huge canvas in front of you, that it has an effect and you get lost in what you're looking at. And I genuinely feel that these experiments, if you like, on a small scale, could really work on a huge scale. I just need the time, the space, I need to afford the luxury of being able to do it. And I'm kind of testing the water now. So yes, the next thing I want to do really is to develop this theme, but to really do it on a monumental scale.
Thank you.